Welcome to Providence Park. It's set for a Western Conference battle here in MLS. Next Pro, it's Portland Timbers 2 and Austin FC 2. Ready to go on what is always a busy Sunday across MLS. Next Pro, these two teams meeting for the first time this year. They're in very different spots. The Timbers right now 13th in the West, so that's second to last. And for Austin FC, they're in second place. So this is a very, important game for both teams in different ways. Austin FC, you see them right behind the Rapids. They want to keep pace with them, continue to win. They're unbeaten right now, this Austin team. On the flip side, for the Timbers, they have one victory this year. Happened 2 games ago against LAFC. They want to get back to their winning ways and figure out how to get win number 2. So it's just about progression here. We're going to see some changes for both lineups, but in particular, the Timbers have really mixed things up, and it looks like they're trying to get some more scoring, which has certainly been a problem for them this year. We see both teams warming up here at Providence Park, which of course is a historic place to play soccer. We've got the Timbers senior team and Portland Thorns play here as well on the NWSL side. And we'll get your starting 11 for both teams. I think what's the most interesting about this game in terms of just matchups here, we've got 2 really good keepers in this game. So Hunter Solt is going to start things off for the Timbers. It's Ben Bilichuk the entire way. You see him on the bench. They're going to go with Solt today. He's a 6'7" player who's typically with the senior team. Super young, 21 years old. He's one of those players that they are very excited about in Portland in the future with the senior team. So should be cool to see him in net, his first time with Portland with the Timbers 2 this year. And then again, they're just looking to manufacture a little more offense. So they've added Gutierrez, another player with some senior team experience, to see if he can help things out. And just looking for a competitive game always helps when you're at home, though. Don't have to travel. We'll see what Shannon Murray's team has to offer. And then for Austin FC, they want to keep things the same, but Loss has been fantastic in net. Damian Loss, so good in net that he was goalkeeper of the month in Next Pro this month, so definitely a player to watch out for. And then they've always got a lot of different goal scorers in this game, but Fodry is someone to watch, and so is Rodriguez. Really, that top line can be extremely dangerous, but Noel actually has the most goals on this team that's active today with 4 this season. All right, again, just about ready to go. Providence Park. Karen Collado is your center referee. I'm Maura Sheridan. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, there's a whole slew of games across Next Pro today, and we are underway. Brown kits, that's Portland at home. You got the white kits. That is Austin FC 2. Kip Keller off the reset here. Hafferty as well. Again, they've tried to keep this lineup pretty consistent for Austin FC 2, and that's what's been working. Had a lot of tight games, though, as of late. They've certainly been tested. Back-to-back draws in a row, both 1-1, the finals, and then of course they have kicks from the spot in Next Pro, which is kind of an exciting addition. Last week it played out extremely chaotically for this Austin FC team, but they ended up getting a victory after several hail delays on Friday. There's a big rip, and it soars into the stands here at Providence Park, but took down Minnesota United 2, who's having a good season to start as well in that game, that 1-1 draw last week. This early look, Bonilla for the Timbers. Again, what's interesting about this Timbers starting 11 today is that there's actually nobody in the starting 11 that has scored a goal this season in Next Pro. Now, they've added a lot of players who have some senior team experience as recently as this year. And, I think obviously that's the nature of Next Pro, but also just trying to get some chemistry built. Justin Bonilla, who has played 2 games this year with the senior team, ripped that shot. Griffith wins out in the midfield. This one bounces and is handled. Lawson net. Again, that 1-1 draw, so crazy because it was such a long delay, but they're not letting loss off. Almost a shot there. Just fighting for possession time. Timbers look a lot sharper than you would think. Again, a team that has just 1 win and 4 losses this year. A little congested in the midfield. Loss had that game-winning save and kicks from the spot to walk away with an extra point. Hafferty, 6 starts this year, back to Keller. Keller's played 79 minutes with the senior team this season. Mazzaferro, 2 center backs today with Keller. Uses Las. Well, you can see the high line here from Portland, putting on some pressure, trying to create some turnovers. It's worked early. Again, Austin unbeaten this season. They do have 3 draws, though. They have been beat in kicks from the spot, which doesn't count in terms of unbeaten or not. Here's an opportunity, though, the other way. Cut back. Almost a left-footed strike, move to the right side, still working, and it's blocked down, but the second chance is finished. What an opportunity there for Austin FC, and they capitalize. David Rodriguez finds the back of the net. That was virtually all Hafferty, though. Well, you see Hafferty, the fullback. This one up. And then Ocampo Chavez, is the one to just slice it through. Takes a shot blocked in the goal line and then ultimately put in by Rodriguez. Austin FC just transitions extremely well. And we see it there. On the board first here against Portland. Tough pill to swallow. For Rodriguez, that's goal number 2 for him this year. Portland trying to get one back. Service in, that one's low. Keller loses it. Here's a shot put on, ricochets off a defender and bounces to Loss. You see Gutierrez, Penn, Vang. Those are the 3 up top for Portland. Gutierrez, Vang. Just trying to defend off the turnaround. It's swiped, taken back here. Portland just trying to settle a little bit and they can't. There's Gutierrez, goes wide with it. Back to Vang. Clegg has had some opportunities with that first team for Portland against, actually most recently in the Open Cup, which will resume this week. It's Farrow. Over the head of Gutierrez, bounces to Loss. Hafferty, Keller. But we've seen Austin just quickly pounce on that counter opportunity. Rodriguez finishes the job after Ocampo Chavez with a pretty much doing the bulk of the work there. Rodriguez, right spot, right time, off the rebound. Here's Rodriguez stretching out for it. Evades a defender. Off a cross and a corner's coming. We'll see this again. Just that long ball has paid off, and you can see the speed there from Rodriguez. Hunga was the one to come in and pick the ball up after that. No shot put on, but again, a set piece. This is the first one we'll see for Austin. Nothing much there. Not sure if Solt actually got a piece of that or not, but definitely shaded it nicely. Again, Solt 6'7" back there in net. Walty, Keller, Hafferty. Quick passes here for Austin. That one flung up. Odry. Ocampo Chavez. Oh, we saw his skills on the ball. I mean, just breaking ankles in the box on that scoring chance. Rodriguez finishes. There's another chance on the move, and it's tapped out. We'll get another corner from the opposite side here. Timbers have to be careful. You don't want this to spiral out of control with that opening goal. They just, ever since that goal was scored, they really just haven't had the ball much. And we know Austin can explode offensively, but we also know that Portland has a tendency to give up a lot of goals, and their most recent loss gave up 5 to the Monarchs. Off the corner, up the middle, no shot, boxed out there by Griffith. They'll try to take it and clear. Right back for Austin, though. Keller. Hafferty calls for it up the touchline. Quick passes to Walty. Jackson Walty, 4 starts this year. Now, I guess 5 with this game. Keller being pressured. It's not quite working out. Really just since the opening 2 minutes, Austin hasn't been too rattled by this pressure coming from Portland. Noel, again, has 4 goals this year, sprinting forward. Waits for numbers. On that wing, dishes it off. Dribbled into the defense. It's too heavy of a touch. Hunga is definitely a player to watch out for as well. Does have a goal this year. He's taken a lot of shots. Pretty much, it's been pretty spread out for Austin, besides Noel with 4. But this is a team that's just done a really good job on both sides of the ball. Again, it hasn't always been pretty, but they've only allowed 5 goals this year, and they've scored 12, so that's worked out pretty nicely in their favor. They've got +7, of course, in a goal differential. Anytime you're in the plus, you'll take that, especially as a coach. Timbers, on the other hand, of course, just have that 1 win, so they're struggling a little bit. They've been outscored 13-6. Just had a couple of games where they've given up a bunch of goals. Like I said, most recently in that loss to the Monarchs, 5-1. Just a surprising scoreline when you consider the fact they had finally gotten a victory the game before that against LAFC. Shut them out, actually, 2-0 the final there. Rodriguez cutting towards the middle, off to Hafferty. Ocampo Chavez, he centers. Here he's again, and Another corner's on the way for Austin FC too. Again, Rodriguez scored in the 4th minute. It's been all Austin FC since then. Rodriguez hanging out in the 6. Ocampo Chavez as well. Of course, they got the center backs up with Keller. That one curled into no man's land. Keller tries a header, another opportunity, and finally cleared for Portland. Mazzaferro boots it right back in. They're just ping-ponging around, no one has clear possession. Finally, it's a chance to regroup for Austin. Walty's been good in that midfield. Everything that's come to him, he's obviously been calm, cool, collected, and just given Austin a chance to possess and reset. Oh, that's going to be a foul against Portland defensively. Oh, actually against Austin, excuse me. And so it will be Timbers 2 possession. Ocampo Chavez was the one to commit. See Bravo calling for it, but instead they go to the wing. Blake Pope, seen a lot of minutes for Portland Timbers 2 this year. Originally played in Next Pro last year with North Texas. Again, these rosters are made up of players that are actually on the roster, loanees from the first team, and some academy players as well. Physical play, but no call by Collado, our referee. Rodriguez. Walty. Rodriguez again, 3 defenders swarm him. Big offering there, both center backs collide. And Austin can just keep it again. Oh, Portland's gonna be tired with the amount of defensive work that they've had to do, and it starts from, you know, the top. Looks like Collado's just gonna give a warning on the far side. Just the way that the sun is creeping in, can't totally make out who that is. Of course, we're pretty much shaded in half the park and the other half is fully lit up. And both these teams in the Western Conference, and right now Colorado is off to a fantastic start as well as Austin FC. And so that's who they're just trying to keep up with. Noel makes a move, dishes it off. Played on that left side. Header from Rodriguez, up the middle, nobody home on that. Griffith, still in his own box, finally can get it out. Pope. Oh, Clegg. Everything has been, virtually every pass has been a giveaway for this Portland team. It's been right into that Austin FC defense. Having trouble just getting it out of their own end. Asensio. Keller. Charlie Asensio on that opposite side. Oh, get a foul right. The top of the box, great opportunity on a set piece here. Hafferty draws. Let's see this again. Rodriguez again. And what I've liked about what Austin FC is doing is that their off-ball movement has been so fantastic. they're just giving Portland all of these problems because they're operating in these tight spaces and just moving a lot. Portland's being caught disorganized at times. Hafferty just found open space, and Portland was late to it and gets fouled. Fodry and Rodriguez both up to take this. Solt gets ready in net for Portland. See that wall as well. It's going to be Rodriguez off the wall. That's why it's there. I'm searching for a brace. Won't get one. Ving. Turned around and right into Walty. It's been, like I said, it's been fun to watch him. Just been stonewalling players left and right, honestly. Those defensive midfielders, obviously that's their role. There's nothing flashy about it, but it is so crucial to, you know, getting opportunities like this. Service up, right to Solt. Nice header opportunity, just can't finish there for Austin. One of the better looks so far. Ocampo Chavez with that one. This one curls nicely, and he's just open. Pretty big gap between him and two defenders, Ocampo Chavez. It just doesn't get the right positioning in terms of where it hits right to Solt. Otherwise, I mean, again, the pressure has been relentless from Austin, and they've had the ball for the bulk of this game. We haven't seen a lot of direct movement here from Portland. It's because they can't. Every time they try to go direct, it goes right into an Austin defender. And you'll take it if you're Austin. I mean, if they get the ball, they're just going side to side. It's not really effective as Pope goes tumbling down. Foul on Rodriguez. Austin coached by Brett Utley. He's been the coach since last season. Has a ton of experience just in the soccer world. Inter Miami FC, Seattle Sounders. He's just been a part of those clubs. I'm sure learned a lot. Was part of the USL Championship RGV side as well. Nice tackle put on. Doesn't land for anybody on the Portland side. Finally, Penn can turn. Here he comes, Penn on the move. Taken away. And we just haven't seen much creatively for this Austin team, or excuse me, for this Portland team. Rodriguez off his left foot. Headers up. Solt reaches out and grabs it. Did he fall in? Well, we don't have VAR, so we can't look at this again. There's no call that he did fall in, so play on. Well, we're seeing the appeal of that wingspan, certainly, because a lot of keepers aren't able to get that so cleanly the way he did. But it looked like he almost tripped and fell in. Las Gutierrez in front of him. Penn just trying to work it out, but he fouls. Well, look at this from Rodriguez. Again, just the service, phenomenal. That header, you know what? Yeah, I guess he kept it out. It's hard to really know for sure. But also, and I can't know this for sure, but it kind of looked like it was going to go over the crossbar anyway. Now, if you're Solt, you're not going to take that chance, but it sort of looked like that's where it was headed. So it's an academy product with this Timbers team, and so to see him kind of have the journey he has to that senior team, it's been pretty special for those involved. He's originally from Alaska. Keller. Sensio. Off the defense, not a problem. Fodry slices one in, looking for Rodriguez. Bounce around, not totally cleared. There's Hafferty just barreling through. Finally goes down, and it's cleared out of necessity again, but just not a lot of power to that. Griffith on the same page with Vang. Loss. Griffith hauls it in. Moreno, academy product. Work defensively. Ferdinand being hounded by Fodry. And Fodry's a player that Austin is very excited about from that entire club. 13th overall pick in the most recent draft out of San Diego State. And he's from the area, so he played for the Loyal of the USL Championship side. And he was an academy kid, and of course Landon Donovan was a part of that, so it's always special to learn from one of the best to do it in US men's soccer. Keller's gonna get a yellow card on that tackle. It does mean Portland has a great spot for a free kick. I'll see this again. Yeah, right into Moreno. Just tackles him literally, not in the soccer sense. Well, we're about 25 minutes in, and Rodriguez scored in the 4th minute. Again, it was Ocampo Chavez who just kind of took on that entire defense. But Austin now leads. We haven't seen Portland with really anything offensively. However, all it takes is one good shot, and you're right back in this game with the equalizer. Loss gets prepared. We see that wall for Austin. It looks like it's Vang, Gutierrez, all floating up top. There's really 4 options here. Let's see who actually takes this. Penn is up there as well. Gonna be Penn, and that one sails over the crossbar. Something like that, with the limited chances that they've had, you kind of want that to be on frame. Haven't tested Loss, who again has been fantastic this year. So with a keeper like that, you really have to challenge him, see if you can get some rebounds, miscues, etc. But Loss is a first team loanee, and he's right now his goals against in Next Pro 0.7. Not bad. That's his average, by the way. Not sure if I worded that in a confusing manner. Rodriguez fouls. Griffith quickly to Clegg. Fodry closing in. And it's off him and into the stands here at Providence Park. Walty. Keller. Loss. Ocampo Chavez. Full 360 and works it around again. Valentine, Walty, Keller. Griffith. Again, you just see struggling to actually get it out of their own end. That's a heavy touch, and it goes right to Austin. From the story of the game for Portland. Fodry into space, little give and go action. Rodriguez. There's a cross, nobody home on that for Hafferty. But I like the combinations here that we've seen in this game. That Hafferty-Rodriguez combo has been good, and this just starts from a lot of quick but smart passes from Austin. And now Rodriguez sees that run. Hafferty with a nice cross, but no one striking on that far post. And technically, Austin's looked very sound in this game. Again, they're eager to win. They need 3 points, especially on the road. It would go a long way because the back-to-back draws, it's just not something they want to keep settling for. And they don't want to keep having to take those kicks from the spot at the end of the game. Especially a response after last game where there was just a lot of things that were out of their control in terms of the weather. It was a super long, delayed game, 3 hours they had to wait to finish that one off. Gutierrez spins right into Keller, who shades the ball to Loss. Oh, definitely the right idea for Bonilla, looking for Gutierrez, and that almost slid through. Those two might be the answer today for Portland scoring-wise. Again, Turner has mixed up his starting 11, and nobody that has scored the 6 goals this year is playing. I think most notably for Portland, Noel Kauskan is not in the starting 11. They're giving him a break. Of course, he's the 15th overall pick from last year, and he's got 3 goals, so he's leading the way, scored half the goals for Portland this year. And again, he's not starting. Half an hour in. Still just that 1 goal in the 4th minute. If you're Austin and just the way you've played, how you've dominated this game, ending the half with just 1, I don't think that would be something that would please them too much. Just leaving yourself in a vulnerable spot, I would say. There's a call. Griffith gets knocked for that one. I think there's going to be a series of warnings here. Now, just telling both sides to calm down is Collado. Griffith is going to get a yellow card. Not sure if that was for something that was said or for the physical foul itself. Either way, has to be cautious for the rest of the game. Keller is the other one with a yellow today. Rafferty just surveying. From Griffith, right to Walty. Shuffling back, and he'll be used again. Mazzaferro, Keller, loss for Austin FC 2. The hero in last week's game, Emmanuel Jackson, is not in the starting 11 for Austin FC 2. He scored in the 86th minute. It really did look like they were going to lose that game to Minnesota United, and then he scores at the bitter end. Go to kicks from the spot, and again, 6-5 was the final there after really, I mean, 4 hours, actually more like 5 hours that game took. Just credit to everyone that stuck around, and I know Lee was saying he was happy that some of the fans stuck around and definitely gave them some momentum. Rodriguez up that flank, blazing forward. Ocampo Chavez a little bit behind him, still corrals it in, makes a couple of moves. Here he comes. Just, I mean, got through 2 defenders, and finally Clegg is able to get there before him, but you can just see that lightning speed he provides, and to go along with just incredible skill. Fodry on the corner, a little pushing and shoving right on that goal line. This one up, back post, missed by everyone. Just some hip-to-hip contact. We'll get a whistle there. I think it's gonna go against Walty as Penn just got taken out. I don't think that warrants a card, and it won't. Off Griffith's heel. Bonillo up to Gutierrez, lost his there first. Again, Bonilla and Gutierrez, their connection is clear. Just sees that run and knew he might have had the edge speed-wise against Keller. Loss reads it well. And no look there for Portland. But more of that, I'm sure. That's the goal for Turner. Valentin. Flung up, Fodry. He's out. Valentin. Combo here, Walty. Vaudry's down in the box. Hafferty. Carries again. Vaudry. Rips a shot and it's wide. I'll see this again. Hafferty had a lot of time to turn. Off the mark there, and you could see him look over to assistant referee and just seems like he wanted to push in the 18. Prior to that, remember, he had gone down. Bravo. Bang. Ferdinand. He's been hailed as definitely an unsung hero, somebody they're very excited about for Portland. Murray said, you know, he's sort of bounced around, was with Montreal prior to this, and they're just pleased with the progress he's had. Bravo just said, I'll take this myself, and it bounces off the heel of a defender. That leads to a corner kick. Off the corner, towards the back post. It's down and handled by Luss. If that had a little more power, that was pretty clean, and what a great look. Ocampo Chavez the other way. Here comes Austin. Taps that one behind Rodriguez. Might have been able to take himself. But that's how quickly they operate. I mean, you just cannot breathe with Austin FC2. They are going to transition on you. And defensively, it's been an issue for Portland. Of course, that's how that first goal happened. It honestly caught a lot of people off guard, I think, and Campo Chavez just ridiculously fast. But also to create those, it means that you'll have to have the wherewithal to outlet it quickly and correctly. And we've seen them do that. Valentin, Vaudry, left side, hesitates a little bit. Ferdinand guarding nicely. There's Vaudry again, looking for Ocampo Chavez in the 6. Walty. And they're just laying off them now. Valentin. Off the cross, header. Not clean yet. Rodriguez has a chance. 2 defenders on him. Hafferty. Keller. Gonna change sides. We'll try to go up this right side again. Hafferty, Rodriguez. Again, they've been a dynamic duo today. Walty. Valentin. There's a big shot. Ocampo Chavez almost. Solt goes into his own net. Ocampo Chavez slow to get up here, but look at this. I mean, a wonderful ball in. Ocampo Chavez, a perfect run. It's hard though when Solt is standing in front like that. Just disrupts enough. I think, the vision there, but that was as good trajectory-wise as you would want from a service. I've definitely been impressed with the fullback play from Austin FC, Hafferty, Asensio. They're making the correct runs. They're really aggressive and, you know, distributing well as well as we just saw. Walty, no foul. Clegg comes up, right back to Hafferty. Fodry this time, leading pass from Rodriguez, and Solt just clears it right into Fodry's legs. Let's see this again. Rodriguez again, great vision. Just bounces a little bit ahead of Fodry. I mean, you have to be extremely fit to play this kind of version of soccer that Austin FC is playing, and how quickly they're moving, and again, just off the ball. It is paying off in this game. They would love to get a second goal. And Penn searching for that equalizer on the Portland side. Just a couple of minutes left. We'll have some stoppage time, potentially. Gutierrez takes it up that right side on the wing. Little nutmeg, but can't get past, and we'll get a foul. So basically a short corner is coming for Portland. We'll see this again from Gutierrez. Mazzaferro, yeah, just lowers his body there. And otherwise, it was a clear lane, and probably a nice cross from Gutierrez. Served up, headers out. Valentin was the last to touch. Penn tracks it down, right back at it. Going for the far post. Bang. Taps it wide. We're just gonna get a minute of stoppage time. Header not clean again. Players down. Penn can reset. They're just still going for it, and that one's too hot off of Bravo. But that was 1, 2, basically 3 looks for Portland, and they really didn't get one on frame. Also no rush here. And there's the whistle to end the first half. So we played 45 minutes. David Rodriguez scored in the 4th minute. And that's the difference as we speak. Austin FC 2 up on Timbers 2 at Providence Park. Again, after 1 half of play. Well, last Sunday, New England and Cincinnati delivered one of the wildest matches in the league's short history. If you're looking for goals, this is the highlight reel to watch. Tons of goals, highest scoring game in MLS Next Pro history, and I was on the call of it, so here is a look at that game. Souza again, tripped up in the box. Penayutu sends it to the middle. Rivera takes a shot, he scores! FC Cincinnati had a good start to this game. They're trying to catch New England disorganized. Here's a chance off an interception. Ordonez scores! Samways takes a shot and it's in! An own goal! by Weinstein, denies Samways. Awashi tucks it in the corner. New England Revolution come out victorious and kicks from the spot. Lots of love there. Well, Matchday 6 tied the record for the most penalties awarded with 9 and 5 different players recording a brace. Samara Perez has more on last weekend in the latest installment of the Spotlight.
MLS Next Pro's 6th weekend of play brought a new set of faces into the spotlight. I'm Samara Perez, here to highlight all the players that stood out in Matchday 6. The MLS Next Rising Star of Matchday 6 honor goes to Academy player Cole Maroka of Crew 2. Just as the defending champs entered the last 20 minutes of play, trailing 2-0, the 17-year-old came on in the 71st minute to put them on the board. It took him less than 60 seconds to curl the ball from a distance after a bad giveaway to put his team within 1 and on the road to a champion-like 3-2 comeback. His quick-fire curler also earned him Goal of Matchday 6 honors after tallying 55% of the votes. Another player that helped his team bag the 3 points is our MLS Next Pro player of the matchday, Yosuke Hania of Rapids 2. In the match against North Texas SC, Hania netted the equalizer, which was his 5th goal in 2023 in 5 appearances. Just a minute later, he registered a clever assist to teammate Oliver Loraz. Hania's performance thus far has been at a peak level, making way for Rapids 2's 5th win in 6 games. It is no surprise that he's the first to earn MLS Next Pro Player of the Month recognition this season. Finally, we congratulate our MLS Next Pro team of the Matchday Real Monarchs. Jamison Olave's squad claimed the accolades after their impressive Sunday showing. The team resiliently bounced back from a 1-0 deficit against Timbers2 and netted 5 goals to secure their 3rd win of the season. Not only were Diego Lunas's brace and the rest of the attackers key, but the team's defense also played a huge role in preventing any more goals from hitting the back of the net. Kudos to all of this past weekend's honorees. We'll be back celebrating the brightest performers after Matchday 7.
Well, Friday night we kicked off Matchday 7 with the Battle of Eastern Conference's top 2 teams when Crown Legacy hosted Orlando. James Hadnot brought us the matchup on Season Pass at Apple TV+.
Starts his engines down the left side. Ball sent in, headed on, and in the back of the net. Now a turnover, and the ball sent out to Tablante, who's racing forward. Moses Tablante. Medina to the back post, is punched away, and then found in. The second one sends him into the box. Mayaka, Rodriguez da Costa, yes! His service blocked. Mayaka earns it back. Now Scardina slips through. Tavares, yes!
Yesterday, our lone match featured a double yellow and 4 penalty kicks. So let's go through that New England and New York City game.
It's a very good back line as well. Nico Benalcazar leads the back line, and he's been a mainstay in this MLS Next Pro side as of late. Malcolm Fry has a bunch of talent and a bunch of skill at his disposal, but he doesn't clear it definitively, only as far as Hope Guns. Shot is flared in, it's a decent chest down, big opportunity. Dennis is on the follow, and Dennis scores! 2 goals last time out for Diaz. Can he score from the penalty spot here for New England? He can, and he equalizes. Marcos Diaz is at the double for New England. He scored at either end from the penalty spot. Elias, McFarland. McFarland's ball in. Aravallo's header is central, and it's in. It's 2-2. M.D. Myers equalizes. Nicolas Benalcazar scores calmly. Who scored to give New York City the lead? Can he score again to give them all 3 points? He can.
Well, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule here in MLS Next Pro. You see that Timbers2 in action against the Whitecaps coming up. And again, they're just in need of picking up 3 wins. But the big game, Colorado Rapids 2 and Austin FC 2. That could be, if Austin FC comes up with a victory here, the top 2 teams in the Western Conference going head-to-head. So always important games across MLS Next Pro, but that might be the one to watch again on Sunday. And we've constantly got games Next Pro, no breaks, and just some really great soccer across the league. Again, those are the 2 next games for the 2 teams playing right now, as Austin FC is up 1-0 on this Timbers2 side. But coming up on May 19th, the home debut of Joe Davis Stadium. Huntsville City FC started the season with 7 road matches as renovations were completed. It'll be a big week, culminating in the big match.
Long shot, and it's an absolute banger. Come on, 1v1. Opens in the count. Azad Liati working forward. Golazo. Free kick driven forward.
MLS Next Pro fans, I am delighted to be joined today by the one and only Nick Firmino of Atlanta United 2. Nick, thanks for sitting down with us.
Thank you for having me.
Your journey in the U.S. soccer program began in New England. How'd you first get involved with the Revs organization?
Yeah, well, I played at a local club called FC Blazers for about 4 or 5 years, up until I was 13, I would say. And you know, my last year at that club, I did a couple of RTCs, which are basically, tryouts you get invited to for the Revs Academy. Did well in those tryouts and ended up joining the academy at age 13, if I remember correctly.
How do we describe the journey from New England to Atlanta?
So I was at the Revs for 6 years. I joined when I was 13. Played in the academy for 5 years, signed at 17 for the first team, played there for 2 years. And then after that, I left in 2020, I think it was. And from there I played a year in the USL League One, played for Union Omaha, played there for a year, won a championship, had a fun time there. And then after that is when I got the call from Atlanta United.
Opportunity for Lopez. Lopez trying to dance, and Nick Firmino from distance, it deflects in! Firmino with the brace.
Firmino,
Header here.
he is on a tear and has announced himself to the league.
And now that you're here, I mean, this season specifically, off to a red-hot start, one of the league's leaders in goals. What has allowed you to be so productive in this Atlanta scheme?
Yeah, well, that's a testament to the coaching staff, to the work I put in every day. We have a great group of guys, and, like I said, the coaching staff has instilled a lot of confidence in me, and, I just try to go out there and do what the team needs for us to win. And now we got to keep the run of form going.
Following a great month, now we kind of look ahead. If I could have you complete this sentence for me, at the end of 2023, Nick Firmino will be
a champion.
A man of few words, I love it, but that's a pretty good word to fill that sentence in with. Okay, now I want to just really quickly do a little bit of rapid fire, get to know you a little bit better, kind of off the pitch.
Okay.
You have to say, like, first thing that comes to your mind. We'll start with best color Gatorade.
Blue.
Good answer. There was only one correct answer there, by the way. Instagram or Twitter?
Instagram.
Favorite cheat day meal?
Ice cream.
Okay. Any flavor?
Vanilla.
Who's your favorite athlete?
Neymar.
Awesome. Well, Nick, thank you so much for sitting down with us. Congratulations on a great month, and I know I speak for all of us when we look forward to your play continuing as we move forward.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Welcome back. Again, Austin FC 2, Portland Timbers 2, head-to-head here at Providence Park. You can take a look at the highlights from the first 45 minutes of this game. Now, it's just 1-0 at the moment, but man, Austin had some chances to make this a much more lopsided game. But this is an early look, and you see that's just a miscue from Clegg. Now that I really see that replay, he turns right into Ocampo Chavez, who's probably the guy who can't turn right into. See how quickly he shoots that. Saved on the goal line by Ferdinand, but it goes right to Rodriguez, who finishes the job. And now Rodriguez, again, he's been so good up that flank, and all of the runs have been so impressive for Austin FC. That one served up, back post header, almost in. And Solt has some work to do, as he has for a lot of this game. Rodriguez again, he's a crucial part of how this team is operating right now. Another header, that one just over the crossbar, and Solt reaches up, and it almost looked like he fell with the ball in the net, but they don't call it that way, and so it's still 1-0. More Austin FC. Again, these counters, transition opportunities have been so clean for them. No one on the other end of that for Hafferty. I just love the way that he's been running up that right side. See if he continues to do that in the second half. In Portland, just not many chances in this game, but this was a good near combination. Bonilla and Gutierrez seem to have developed a little bit of chemistry over the course of this game. There's another header that just right to loss. Austin FC on the move again. Valentin goes wide with it. Asensio almost. This was the second best chance besides the actual goal. What a lovely ball put in. Back post, Ocampo Chavez just can't head it home. It was cut off nicely by Solt there. So again, it's 1-0 after one half of play here at Providence Park. And in this game, stats-wise, I mean, mostly everything has been dominated by Austin FC. They've got 7 shots compared to 5 for Portland, but the more important number is they've got 4 shots on target and a goose egg next to that for Timbers 2. It looks like we're going to see a whole slew of subs here for Portland, which makes sense, just getting some fresh legs. They've had to do a lot of defending, and that just means everyone's going to be tired. You're trying to make a comeback. You don't want to be in that low block as much as they've had to be, essentially. So we're going to see a bunch of changes here for Portland. Again, Portland did have 1 goal in their last game against the Monarchs, but they lost that game 5-1. And what ended up happening was the Monarchs exploded in the second half after the score was 1-1 at halftime. And so the second half was very dangerous for Portland last time. And they felt like they had issues handling the Monarchs in general. But that second half, everything started to click and it fell apart for Timbers 2. So that's something that, they don't want to allow again always on the back of your mind too when you experience something like that. So McDowell's going to come in for Clegg. Kaliskan's going to come in for Griffith. Bonilla's out. Jones-Riley is in, who has scored this year. Monzon's in. Gutierrez is out. So those are your changes for Portland. Again, Timbers2 making 4 subs at halftime. You don't see that too often, that big of a group coming in after 45 minutes. Kaliskan's definitely a player to watch out for, though. He is, again, a young player, which everyone in Next Pro is pretty young, but he has scored 3 goals of the, like I said, 6 goals total scored by Timbers2 this year. Fodry trying to make some noise, and he'll get a corner here. Rodriguez, the short option if necessary. Asensio. Fodry off his left, up the middle. Rodriguez could almost turn and fire. Walty rips one way high. It almost seemed like Rodriguez was kind of surprised at how well that ended up on his feet. But like I said, really since Rodriguez scored in the 4th minute is, if you're Austin and you're here on the road, you want to close the door on this game soon, because they've done everything right except for get that 2nd, maybe 3rd goal. For them, an unbeaten streak on the line as well. Asensio up the middle to Valentin. Rodriguez, Fodry's open, taps it, and it goes right to the keeper and Sol. Maybe just a little more power, but once again, they've done a great job of getting in behind. All the shots have been good ones to challenge Salt. The runs have been fantastic. I mean, just thinking about it, I don't think we've seen any offside from Austin, but when you think about how much movement they've had, it's pretty impressive. Kaliskan. Again, the 15th overall pick. We've got a lot of players that were drafted very high, in these games for their respective teams. A lot of academy products as well. Is that from Bravo? Losses out, punches it out. Here's a chance for Portland on the equalizer. There's so much time, and I think we got a whistle before that as Pope went flying on a collision. Well, I appreciate the inclination to just finish this one out. You see up in the air, punched out, and lost. Wow, that's foot to foot with Pope. A little chaotic. And that's what I mean about Austin FC just leaving some things on the table there. Monzon is a player that was recently added to this roster for Timbers2. Monzon and forward out of Argentina. He's on a 1-year loan. He's 22. Has lots of experience internationally. Well, Portland looks a lot better in The opening 5 minutes. I mean, it felt like it was virtually stuck in the attacking third for Austin FC in that first half. Now we're just seeing spacing a little bit better. Ferdinand can collect here. Las Sensio, hounded by Monzon, asking for help. Valentin, right in the thing. I like that Monzon Caliscon pairing up top. They're causing this back line to look a little frantic. And of course, it also is just forcing the fullbacks to actually, you know, sit back and not play as high up as they would like. Fodry has some space. Here he comes. Fodry puts on a cross. Back post header! Stopped by Sult. Cleared out. It's kind of whiffed, though. Austin's right back at it. Caliscon just didn't get a great boot on that one. Sult with a good stop there. Sensio, Balti. Again, it's a blink of an eye how quickly Austin moves. Rodriguez trying to break free, wants a whistle, won't get one. Penn just keeps bothering. Afferty, a little combo again, he's in the middle. Corner's on the way. Tough angle there for Ocampo Chavez. And this just starts again from a great feed. Asensio riding that touch line. Fodry service in, sails up, header, stopped by Sol. Love it. And that was the way that was whiffed on the way out. Timbers2 very lucky that there wasn't someone there to just blast a shot. Fodry's on the far side. A little bit of pushing and shoving here that Colato's trying to get a handle on. And now everybody's going to go right to that middle. So there is a lot of traffic there. It's going to be difficult for Sult to see. Luckily, he's NBA height. This one rolls up back post, intended for Valentin. Asensio. Still in the air. We'll see if Portland can transition here. And a good job by Keller to get back off his leg, and now he can settle. Jones-Riley aggressive. Again, the changes have been pretty effective for Portland. They're definitely more aggressive. Valentin head-to-head with Jones-Riley. Headed down, hops a little bit. Yeah, I'm not gonna say Mazzaferro and Keller didn't do any work in that first half, because that's not true, but they They didn't do a ton, and anytime they got it, it was pretty quick out of, you know, the attacking third for Timbers2, and now we're just seeing maybe just a little bit frazzled, concerned with Kalaskan and Manzan just looming behind them, trying to get a miscue, and it feels like those two will pounce. Switching fields, this one lofted up for Rodriguez. He wants to go before he has it. Yar Uhanga. Walty. Asensio. Walty again in the middle. Asensio with his left foot, curls that one up. Hops out of play and off of Pope. So a corner's coming. It's mostly been Fodry to take these, and it looks like that's where he's going again. Austin FC scored in the 4th minute, haven't scored since. Can they get a second goal? This one up, Solt punches it out. Asensio, the 18, combo with Valentin. Reverting to Loss here, who's way out of the 18. Pressure from Penn, but he gets it off in time. With Timbers2 though, Manzan starts, stops, wants to go. Penn, Manzan making a run. Keller's there, edges him out. Well, we're definitely seeing kind of what the hype is around Manzan. He's been really good. Just looks unfazed when he gets the ball, which I wouldn't say is particularly a highbrow way to analyze something, but you can see it. Haven't seen him take a shot, though, quite yet. Couple of nice passes here. Pope, use that right side. Jones-Riley waits, off his left foot, and Loss is there. Intended for Manzan. Loss, Manzan lurking. Ferdinand turns, and it's just going to be almost keeper-to-keeper action. Keller. Manzan in front of Loss. Back to his center back. Penn getting shifty there, and he got beat. Fouls there. Hafferty's frustrated. A lot of times when you rip down like that, you'll get a yellow, but it's not going to be the call. We have seen 2 yellows in this game, 1 for each side. Another foul, Vane goes down, and that should be a yellow for time wasting. Mazzaferro, just a warning. Usually you'll get that every time. And now we've got Just confusion, I think, about the spacing here. We got half an hour to go, and things have changed. I think it just seemed like Austin was going to run away with this, and again, you just kind of have flashbacks to the lopsided second half that Timbers2 faced. We're on the other end of last week against Monarchs, and it hasn't been the case so far since Manzan and Kaliskan have come into this game. Things have opened up for Timbers2. They look cleaner in the attacking third, and it's not as stuck in the midfield or in the other end as it had been before. I think the linking passes have been better. Here's a chance for Fodry in the 18, turns against Pope, doesn't have numbers, dishes it off to this one sails over the crossbar. Ocampo Chavez was the one to get it there. Lots of names to say there. Moreno tugged down by Walty. So Timbers2 on a set piece. Fang and Kaliskan both up there. It'll be Vang. No one there for Timbers2. Ended up going into 4 defenders. Nice dribbling there from Manzan. No shot though. Penn. Jones-Riley heads that one out. And this will be a corner for Austin. I think he was trying to head that back to Salt, but Fodry. Off his left foot, lots of power there, but it's just headed out. On the attack again, wide. Rodriguez lifts that one in, and a nice header out of trouble defensively for Timbers2. It's McDowd, who we haven't talked about much, but he was one of the defensive changes. Again, he's the one to take out Clegg in the center of that 3-back. Fang stuck in that corner. Back to the visitors. Kaliskan right in front of Loss. Moves to the other side. Here's Pope. Chance for Timbers2. Penn. Light shot, and Loss is able to make the stop. He's trying to tuck that in the corner, and Loss was on the ground, and I think he had to basically swim to it. We'll see this again. So this is just heavy off of Hafferty's chest. He falls down in the process. Pope is able to grab. Penn moves to his left, and again, a light, but I could see what he was trying to do. And again, they just haven't challenged him much. Fodry. Jones-Riley. These two battling it out. Sensio. Malty. Valentine. No one there. Jones-Riley. Penn just had that look, that bounce off of both Asensio and Walty. Kept in somehow, don't know how. From Rodriguez. Valentine. Hafferty. Walty, Keller. Mazzaferro. By the way, no changes still for Austin FC 2. Fodry to himself. And he's the one to knock that out. Well, he scores in that hallway that they have back there at Providence Park. So we're gonna get a foul against, I believe it's gonna go against Walty in the middle. For Jones-Riley, blazing forward and losses there. Now, he hasn't seen too many shots, but moments like that are always scary for a keeper. He's handled it nicely, just sliding up, and here's that long ball. That's McDowd, the wherewithal to see that. Jones-Riley nearly there in time, and Loss beats him out. McDowd, Solt, almost a tackle there. Looks like Dawson McCartney will come in for this Timbers 2 side, and Vang's gonna come out. Again, Portland's exhausted its subs, and none yet for Austin FC 2. Oh, we're gonna get a yellow card against Asensio. Just wasting time here. Foul. We're gonna get another card. We are. Ocampo Chavez this time. And Valentin being told to back off. And Fodry wants to have a conversation, but got to be careful here if you're Austin FC, because now you've got a group of players with yellows. You got 3. We still got 20 minutes left. And obviously in a 1-goal game, you go down a player and things completely change. Poe up that flank. Hafferty goes spinning down. McCartney, who just came in, picks it up, back to Poe. Kauskan surveys. Ferdinand. Jones-Riley for Timbers 2. Off for Penn, but he still handles. Bravo's up. And it's right to the defense there. Also trying to go quickly. Long ball off the head. And tapped there by Keller. That was good defense because it did seem like there was an advantage for Timbers 2. Fodry. Slows. It's been pretty fast-paced these last couple of minutes. Fodry, I don't know if he just cramped up there, sort of down awkwardly. Valentin stretching him out, and we are still playing. I don't know if this is a tactic or what. Anyway, it is out now, and Fodry will be tended to likely. For a second, it seemed like he was bent that way, but I think he was stretching in the middle of the pitch, clearly in some pain. Fodry's gonna limp off, and with a player like him, 13th overall in the last iteration of the draft, they're not going to probably take any chances. It does appear that they'll make their first sub in Emmanuel Johnson, who again closed the lid to get that draw in the last game and keep this team unbeaten in the 86th minute. So he's a great option off the bench, and we might see another change as well. But it looks like Fodry's officially out. Steve Lewis-Jean is also waiting in the wings.
Also entering the match for Austin FC 2, number 15, Steve Lewis-Jean. Replacing number 18,
So Lewis-Jean, excuse me, is in the game. Those are your 2 changes. And Fodry just took an awkward spill. Hopefully he's all right. Jones-Riley in that corner, being trapped, and it's out. About 15 minutes ago, and again, the only scoring we've seen is in the 4th minute. David Rodriguez, as it stands, has the game winner. Johnson, last to touch off of Timbers2, actually. A nice contingent of fans here at Providence Park. Definitely draws a crowd when your team's winning. They won the last time they were here against LAFC. I feel like they've had a much better second half. Can they get the equalizer? Quick header in. Monzon turns, can't get a clean shot off. Still in the 18, cuts it back, and that one's disrupted. Long ball's up, and no whistle there. Bounces to Solt. Could see Ocampo Chavez looking for a call. Ferdinand with Rodriguez. Kalaskan. Just out of control moment there from Louis Jean, who gets a yellow. So now he's added to the list. So now we have 4 players with yellows, and they're all still in the game for Austin FC. Playing with fire on that one in a 1-goal game. Couple of quick touches, header, almost in the 6, cleared out. Mazzaferro again off his head, lost in the race, dives down, and keeps it in the 18. Mazzaferro. Sensio gives it away. Jones-Riley. McCartney. Kalaskan was making a run and was open. Couldn't get it to him in time. McCartney just spinning past Rodriguez now. Bouncer hits the side of the netting. Kalaskan was blazing in. See this again. And this is just, you know, the benefit of fresh legs from Dustin McCartney. Look at this, past Rodriguez, who's been in the game the whole time, off his left foot. And I don't think Kalaskan got a piece of that, but he was looking for a call in the box, you can tell. No penalty. This is dangerous. Monzon. And Mazzaferro gets out of trouble. They both almost go down, and we're going to get a foul there for Monzon. I think, honestly, they're both just a little off balance. Things have definitely gotten a little more heated in this game. You saw the Kalaskan-Laz exchange before. We've seen a bunch of yellows for Austin. It's a tight contest, and both teams can taste it. And again, for Austin, they want to stay unbeaten. For Portland, looking for win number 2 to get one at home in front of a crowd that's really come to support. It would mean a lot. Of course, this is early in the next pro season, and so there's a lot of time to change your season, and for Timbers2, it could start right now. Pope, nice little heel pass to Penn. Shifty is Penn, gives it away. Monzon, top of the 18, makes a heel pass of his own to Kalaskan. Jones-Riley trying to jolt past the defense, curls around, service up. Bunch of headers, finally cleared.
Substitutions. Austin FC 2.
2 more subs for Austin FC. A Vato Ramirez will come in. So they've just waited longer. Remember, there was 4 Portland subs at the half, and
Replacing number 10, David Rodriguez.
the second half has been a lot better. David Rodriguez is going to come out. Rodriguez, of course, has the lone goal in this game. We'll see if that stands and ends up being the game winner or not. Sheikh Toure also enters the game. So those are your 2 changes for Austin FC. Jones-Riley. Look, there's no moral victories at the pro level, but I do think that Shannon Murray's going to be happy with the way his team came out in the second half, especially because a lot of these guys are on the normal roster, so they're going to be everyday players for Timbers2. Space has opened up. The passes are a lot crisper. They've actually been on the attack, which has meant the fullbacks, who are so dangerous for Austin FC, haven't been able to get up as high as they had been in that first half, which was a real problem. They've been on the front foot. They've been creating very well. That went over the head of McCartney. 3 points up for grabs here at Providence Park. Timbers 2, Austin FC 2. On opposite ends of the spectrum when you look at the Western Conference standings, and yet here they are in a competitive contest. Jones-Riley, nice tackle by Valentin. He's not just the leading scorer, he can do things like that. And dribbles out the touchline in front of Utley, his head coach. Bravo. Hernandez. Valentin fell down in a strange way. Bravo with a tackle. This game is certainly opened up as everyone gets tired and desperation starts to seep in, especially for Timbers 2. And I think desperation for Austin to get a second goal and really close the lid on this. Well, we've got roughly 5 minutes to go in this one. See a fair amount of fans on their feet right now. It does feel like Portland's had the advantage. Send wide, Jones-Riley collects. Again, avoiding trap in the corner. Bravo. McCartney rips a shot and it's very high, but I like the aggression there. If you're Timbers 2, you're going to just start to take some chances. You're going to, as we've seen, send most people forward because, I mean, it doesn't really matter too much if you lose by 2-0 or 1-0. Just trying to get that equalizer. Great job by Ocampo Chavez. He is out of the game. Pino comes in. Sebastian Pino is the sub. Penn sprints. Redirects. Cross. Defended nicely. Header back in the 18 though from Austin. McCartney in the corner. Bravo. Splits the D. Moreno up. Caliscon reaches for it. McCartney, top of the 18! Saved by Luss. What a good job. My goodness, look at this. Header from Keller. Caliscon, McCartney, top of the 18 alone, and Luss just bails out Austin FC. Well, they're not gonna stop. Timbers 2, again, searching for that equalizer. Caliscon, far post. Nothing much there. Moreno bounces around into some space. Manzan, corner. Right back with Timbers 2. Is killing some time that they have to reset though. Caliscon. About 2 minutes to go. Blocked down. That's Johnson in front. Johnson cruising, got tripped and there's no whistle. Valentine's furious, so is Johnson. They're gonna have to play some defense here. And there's a foul against Hafferty. Free kick on the way for Timbers 2. Caliscon will take this for Timbers 2. Jones-Riley, back and forth. Now it's in. The header, Luss has it. You see that, just trying to get the defense moving there. Served up, and a couple players there poke one of them for Portland. Johnson. Portland again. We're gonna get 3 minutes of stoppage time here in the first half. Or excuse me, second half. This game has me all out of sorts, just focusing so much on can we see an equalizer? Bravo. Manzan right to Luss. Lost did not see much action in that first half at all, and now in the second he's seen a lot of chances right off the head of Manza. I mean, he's wide open, just couldn't get the power that he wanted there. Taliscan, there's 2 minutes left here for Timbers 2. Just gotta go full speed ahead and see what they can make of it. Pope up that touchline. Hafferty's there first, boxes him out. Little extracurriculars after the fact. Asensio. Straight to the corner goes Valentin Smart. This is killing a lot of time, finally nudged out. Actually ends up being helpful. Soltz, Taliscan. Moreno. Struggling to get any sort of space, Jones-Riley there. Everyone forward for Timbers 2. And even Soltz. Now he goes back. That is not the look that they wanted. And Soltz has to sprint and stop it with his feet. Corner. Last push here for Timbers 2. There's another ball on the pitch. I think we're just going to play through it. Colados show off her skills there. And now, presumably, Soltz coming up. There he is. 6'7", honestly, pretty good target on these. Header over. Back post. Well, there's a lot of players there, but nothing great. And there's a final whistle. That was truly a tale of two halves. Austin FC dominated in the first. Timbers 2 have a strong showing in the second, but it's not enough. And David Rodriguez and his 4th minute strike are the difference in this game. A hard-fought battle, but Austin FC 2 remains undefeated. And for Timbers 2, they're now 1-5 on the season. Well, this is the man of the match, and honestly, I think it would be a toss-up, really, between Ocampo Chavez, because look at how much he creates this. Gets Clegg moving 1, 2, 3 times. Saved by Ferdinand on the goal line, and then Rodriguez is there to tap home that rebound. What a sequence for Austin FC 2, and that's the lone goal in this game. And again, it happens in the opening 4 minutes of play. David Rodriguez is your man of the match. Much more competitive game than on paper you would think it is, but that's just the way that Next Pro is trending. Everybody, you know, everybody's coming to play. I think we're seeing a lot of just interesting matches over the course of the weekend and on these Sundays. And I think there's a lot to build from for Timbers 2, even though they did lose Austin FC 2. Again, they can just take a breath on the road, you get 3 points, and that's what you come here for, even though that second half was a little crazy. Well, for our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Maura Sheridan. Once again, our final score is 1-0 as Austin takes down Portland. Don't forget, you can watch all MLS Next Pro games all season long on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. and MLSNextPro.com. Good night, everyone. Have a fantastic rest of your Sunday.
This copyrighted broadcast of MLS Next may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcasted without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.